break even, that was your trade for the day. If it continues running, then bonus. bonus. Give me a B. Give me a O. Usually, how much profit do you secure when we hit 10 pips? Do you have any rule? Yeah, when I hit 10 pips, I secured 10 pips. So the profit depends on your lot size, right? $10, $15. I mean, if you look at the charts fundamentally, I mean, if you just look at the charts, you'll see that usually the 30-minute candles or the 1-hour candles, they're usually like 15, 20 pips, right, on the GJ. So if you measure right over here, so let's measure this, right? So this is around 33 pips. Let's measure this 1-hour candle. The whole body is around 11 pips, and the next 1-hour body is like like 7 pips, including the wick makes it about like 10, 11 pips over there. So my entire idea when I come to the charts is to see if I can grab one 1-hour candle. That's it. If I can trade one 1-hour candle, if I can accurately predict where the next 1-hour candle is going to go, that's going to be my trade. And if that doesn't work out, then I'm going to see why it didn't work out or how it could have worked out, and then move on to the next day. So see, this 1-hour candle is kind of like flipping bullish over here after this big rejection. If you look down to the 30-minute time frame, it also seems like it can continue up in this range, but I'm not willing to execute in this range. I want to execute below here to take sells, or I want to execute maybe above this area to take buys up towards 137.550, right? Because this range is not enough range right over here. This is just craziness happening here, because see, this candle wick down up to this area over here, and then you have all this consolidation over here, and this is also a ranging area over here. So this is a clean zone. Up here, this is a clean zone, and below this support, we have a clean zone down over here. So when you have your zones mapped out like this, and when you understand where you're going to take a trade, then trading becomes easy, because now you just got to wait. Now I just have to wait until my time runs out, or until price breaks below here. I just got to wait. If this happens within the time I'm at the charts, awesome, I'm going to take the trade. But if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen, right? So gold is breaking up over here to continue on towards 1913. What's your favorite setup to trade? My favorite setup to trade is something like
The GG short.
yes.
Break retest.
Yeah, like whenever price makes a high and it comes down, creates a, like this one right over here. Right, this would be my favorite setup to trade. If there was less consolidation here, I would have been in these buys to continue moving up. But recently, I've been really liking a setup like this, when a candle is heavy bearish candle, and then we have a small bullish candle, and the next one just drops. That's also one of my favorite setups to trade. How many pips should you leave your trailing stop loss for a runner? It doesn't depend how many pips. It depends where are you putting those stops. Like, usually I like to put the stops above or below the 30-minute candles or the 1-hour candles. Because if price is moving bullish, and I'm looking at the 1-hour candles, and when price moves bullish, it makes higher highs and higher lows, right? So if you're looking at the 1-hour candles here, and if you look at some bullish structure here, you can see here, right? Candles are making higher highs and higher lows. So I'm basically just trailing the stops below the lows of these candles. And obviously, sometimes you get stopped out and then price continues moving. So it is what it is. It's not all the time you get big moves, right? Sometimes you catch big moves. Other times you get stopped out. Looks like Ty forgot, man. He's still asleep or something.
No, remember last time he took his time because I think he's on the West Coast, right?
No, he's in Miami.
Oh, he's in Miami now.
He's been in Miami.
Oh, he's always been. In this.
Mac, bro.
don't even know why I thought he was in like Arizona or something like that.
Arizona.
Yeah,
Arizona is not the West Coast, man.
that's
Yeah.
Boom!
Man,
that's
Are you gonna build a wall in Arizona too?
hey,
you're an immigrant, right?
yeah,
You need to study geography, bro.
God
a central time.
Damn.
But still, you know, now we're behind.
That's why I like to travel. Nobody's gonna tell me anything wrong.
Oh,
Look,
Arizona?
next time I need some time zones, I'll call you. Okay?
Time zones.
Yeah.
The worst person to ask for directions. Oh, what's this? Overtraded this week. No bueno. Need more discipline, brother. Really mind. Oh, the mind really gets triggered after a few losses. Yes, sir. Man, last week I took a loss on Monday. I called it a day. And then took a loss on Tuesday. And then I called it a day. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I had wins.
Bro, I'm telling you, look at the Gulag. He's in Cali.
Oh,
Yeah, I was right. Oh my God. I was
Yeah,
right. I can't
Cali's
believe it.
considered the West Coast. Yes.
I win.
yes.
I win. Yes.
Mac wins today.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was in Miami, man.
No, he even said it. He's like 3 hours behind.
Really?
Yeah, I remember. That's one thing about me. I have a really good memory.
You're kidding, right?
I swear. I might look duh, but I have a good memory.
Oh yeah, California. I see. Okay.
But when is my birthday, Mac?
Birthday is in February
You see?
or March, something
Oh
like that.
my.
Oh man.
Tu, tu, tu.
I have a great memory.
Yeah. You missed it. By 11 months.
What?
11 months.
You missed it. Exactly.
Yeah. Don't screw yourself today. All right. Let's take a look here. Potential trade idea is GJ 30 minutes. Retest of the zone. Price continues bearish. Price breaks minor support with volume. Next candle fills a bit to the left. Beautiful. I actually like this idea. I would want to see this happen actually. To break below here and then we can continue down. So then considering the charts now, bearish candle, then a small bullish candle, you saying then this is sells time as next candles will bearish. I don't know, I think you need to send a chart. But I would still say that below this area here, 136, 740, 730, price can continue bearish. And that's something I'm going to be looking into. Let's take a look at this Chinese indicator here. So the Chinese indicator is saying euro pound should be moving bullish, pound USD should range, pound JPY should range because you know they're all at the same strength here, and this is just for shits and giggles, right? Don't take it seriously. Obviously, if you're going to use this, you have to understand technicals as well. So just found this channel after taking profit from Euro USD. Now I wish I let it run. Oh, Euro USD. Euro JPY is still coming up over here to this area here. If you take a look at Euro USD, ooh, Euro USD is approaching a consolidation area on 30-minute time frame. If we break above this area, there's clean traffic running all the way to 1.18620, I'd say. All the way up over here.
it moved around 50 pips already from London Open. There was some
Yeah.
news
Yeah, we had a lot of positive news on the euro.
on the euro. Yeah.
It moved around like 40, 50 pips.
Mm.
Can we go long on gold if current candle closes bullish and next breaks its high? Let's take a look here. Yeah, so basically this 30-minute candle is about to close in 7 minutes, and I think it's really important for it to close above 1910 for the next candle to continue moving bullish. Wow, man, this 4K monitor is pretty wide. Like, I have to look all the way to the left to see this
Yeah,
area
yeah.
right over here.
Great resolution.
Yeah, great resolution.
Do I look bigger? Do I look taller?
No, you look more sharper.
Sharper, for real?
Sharper, yeah.
That's because he's on diet.
On a diet.
Yeah, yeah, your jawline looks sharper.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight already.
Yeah. How much you
man.
weight now?
204.
Man, for a man who measured 5 feet, it's
5'8".
I
Uh,
know it's not 5'8".
Talking of monitors, I don't know about you guys, but I'm forever looking for the bloody mouse. I've got 3 monitors and I can never find the damn thing.
Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the same problem.
You're moving the mouse to see where is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Same
Yeah.
here.
I only have one monitor.
My dad has shadows on the mouse. Like, you know, when you move the mouse, it has those shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he uses those shadows to find the mouse. He's
Yeah,
like,
I've got this thing where if you wiggle it, it gets bigger, so you can spot it then.
That's like like handicap stuff. Like
Yeah, it's because I'm a retard. That's why.
no, and I got the same thing. Like if you move it fast, it gets bigger.
come on, Mac, man. No, I'm just joking.
I have the same thing.
How was trading during COVID? Oh shit, said it. During the lockdown last March, was it easier to swing trade or still take time? See now, March and April were amazing months. You see these candles here. Your 30-minute candles, your 15-minute candles were huge. You know, they were like 30 pips, 40 pips. Gold was also pretty big. There was a lot of volume in the market. Like, even though things were locked down, but markets were really rocking and rolling at that time. I mean, I had one of my best months in April and March, and only because, like, you know, we look at the 15-minute, we'll take a, let's say we take a buy on, let's say we take a buy on the 30-minute, and this whole range. So if this range is 13 pips, this range was like 40 pips. You know, so when a candle is moving, it's moving 30 pips, 35 pips. You know, so I mean, yeah, it was crazy, but it was insane. I mean, the amount of compounding people did at that time, oh, crazy.
Yeah, March was my best month too by far.
Yeah.
And this week was pretty good for me.
Raja, is this guy coming or not?
No, he's in Cali, so it's still pretty early for them, I guess.
Oh, okay.
A couple days ago, I sent an email to save my spot for this, and I haven't received any confirmation yet. There is no confirmation. The confirmation was email sent. We need random. Oh, what do you think about this trade idea on GJ? All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. When next 15-minute candle breaks this low, impulse entry to continue bearish. See, this is what I'm saying. When new traders, they look for impulse entries to force trades. I mean, why do you want to force a trade over here when price is ranging? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Because if you're trying to force a trade coming down till here, there's a lot of range, there's a lot of issues over here. So if you go down to the 1 hour time frame, and if you see that there's the support, and if you break the support, there's going to be an easier trade. Why not just wait? Just wait for that indication and then take a trade. You know, impulse entries are extremely, extremely difficult. You need a lot of experience for that. I don't think a lot of people have the patience to just look at the market for about a month, 2 months, just to see if those impulse entries are going to work. You know, most people, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, you need to really spend time on the charts, you know, watch price. Sometimes I tell guys, hey, listen, you should be okay to miss trades. Like, as you're waiting for trades to form, if you miss a trade, be okay with that, you know, because missing a trade is part of your learning. Because when you're missing a trade, is because you didn't enter, and now you have the opportunity to look at that and say that, okay, if I missed this trade, if this happens again, how would I have executed on this trade? And that's where your learning begins, you know, like how. Always ask questions. How, why, you know, when, how. Oh, first profitable week after 1.5 years of trading. How, you may ask? No more than 2 trades a day. It just works, man. 1 or 2 trades a day. GJ 30-minute. Let's take a look at this. Another chart from the Gulag. Gulag's on fire. All right, sells below 136,695. Okay, it stops at 1 hour support. That's pretty good. Looks good, looks good. It's a nice plan over there. You're planning for price to continue down. I'm planning for price to continue down too. See, this candle's closing bearish. This 30-minute candle's closing bearish. And do I want to take a sell at this point? Probably not. Because this candle is closing above the support. So I have to wait for this area to break. Do you always wait for a retest if you're not taking an impulse entry? Yes. I wait for a candle to close in my direction. All right. Hey, third week profitable, 5% target for the week hit. Yesterday, so no trading today. It's all, oh wow, it's all started meeting you in Texas. Oh yes. Oh yes. What happened was in Texas, so we were in Texas, right? We were in Fort Worth. And we went to this, um, we went to this country bar. I mean, Texas country bar, you know, I mean, no surprise there. We went to this country bar, and there were a lot of people over there. And out of nowhere, this person comes to me. He's like, "Are you Wix Don't Lie?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I'm Wix Don't Lie." And this guy came. He was from Ireland, right? So he flew from Ireland with his friends to visit Texas. And man, such a small world. Man flies from Ireland, and I fly from Canada, go to the same exact bar, and we meet over there. Amazing. That was a freaky coincidence. Couldn't have been better than that. Would you take any trades if something arises? Yes. Yes. I'm more comfortable in trading sells on GJ. Oh, gold is back in the range over here. Let's take a look in the 15 minute. 15 minutes ranging over here as well. So I think a break above 1911.80 would be much better to continue up. So this is pure price action, no indicators. I'm a beginner, came across your channel first time today. Oh yes sir, so this is only price action. If you're new to the stream, welcome, welcome. We stream every day at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. I think the main advantage of you coming to the stream is that you're able to post your charts, and then we can look at your charts and give you some, you know, ideas. But also, when something arises, I basically put my trade on the screen. I'm like, okay, this is where I entered, and so. But I only trade one pair here so far. Ooh, gold is coming up over here pretty fast. As it breaks above 1911, I think it's gonna have this short burst all the way to 1914. But if it continues with momentum, it should continue moving bullish. All right. Looking for resistance to form here to take a sell. Okay. So this is a range inside the range over here, right over here at this point. If we measure this, 17, 18 pip range, but if we start creating a resistance at this point over here and we start coming down, we got to measure this range. This is like 9, 10 pips, not that big. Looking on the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour would make much more sense. I mean, if this 1 hour candle closes a strong bearish candle, I think we can anticipate the next candle to break support. But we'll have to wait and see. Doubled my account with one trade, withdrew the profit, then doubled it again, then lost back to break even to my initial account size. Any tips? Don't focus on doubling your account. That's the biggest tip I can give you. 2 days ago, I was talking to somebody and we were basically, he was basically arguing with me that how it's possible to flip accounts every week. And I told him, man, it's possible, but it's not sustainable. Like some things they're possible, but you can't sustain them in the long run. And he's like, no, I'll do it. He's like, he showed me this spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet was like, so he had a, all right, let me bring a calculator up over here. So he said that I'm going to open a $2,000 account, and I'm going to try to risk 15% every day, right? I'm like, okay, all right, you're going to risk 15% every day. Perfect. Oh, right. So then you're going to make this. Then the next day, he's like, I'm going to do that again. And it's going to be like 15% again and again and again. And the spreadsheet made sense because then in around 6 months, he would be up like a couple $1 million. So I was like, okay, it makes sense on paper, but can you do it in like trading? He's like, okay, let me do it. And yesterday he messaged me saying, hey man, I'm in a 50% drawdown, like any tips? I'm like, yeah, the tip is you can't, it's not sustainable. You can't risk 15% to make 15% every day. For that you would need a very high win rate, and
Roger.
hey.
Sorry, you said he was in a 50% drawdown?
Yeah.
But like he said he's going to risk 15%. So how do you get from 15 to 50?
Because he took 3 or 4 losses.
Oh.
Yeah, so when you take a loss risking 15%, you're down 15%. And you take another trade.
Oh, okay. I thought it was after one trade he was down 50%.
Yeah, I know. And then you take another trade and then you're down 30%.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's pretty wild, right? Like it makes sense that someone's going to focus on one trade in a day, but when that trade hits stop loss in 3 minutes, what are you going to do for the rest of the day? Like now, typically you should just call it a day and come back the next day. But when those 3 minutes you lose 15%, you're like, all right, you know what? There's still a whole lot of day left. So let me make that loss back. So discipline goes out the window at that time. Question for Sacha FX Dog. Where'd you get that nice frisbee for the dogs?
That nice what?
Frisbee.
50?
Frisbee, the plates you throw?
Frisbee.
For the dogs?
Frisbee.
Yeah, the frisbee.
Oh. I don't know, man. It's a store.
Yeah.
It's like a regular pet store. What kind of question is that?
Oh, it's actually specialized because it's a special frisbee, but I can't remember the name. What it's called Heroes, if it helps you.
Heroes. Hey Raja, you talking like you've been through it all. Yeah, man, I've been through everything. For the first 4 months, 5 months of trading, market treated me like roadkill. That's what happened. For the first 4 or 5 months, I was like roadkill on the market.
Like a dead raccoon.
Like a dead raccoon, yeah, man. Like get hit by gold, lay down there, half bleeding, try to get on GJ and then get trampled again.
By an 18-wheeler.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh wow, look at this coming up over here. Is gold going to touch the point 1925? I think first it has to touch around 1913, and if it comes back in this range, then it should come up towards 1918 and then 1925.
Yeah, we got to hit 1917 first. That's a heavy area.
Yeah, 1925 is way far away.
Yeah, if you're looking at 1925, I'd probably be looking at 1930, to be honest. That's probably the top of that range.
All right, GBGPY. This 4-hour candle needs to close. And if this 4-hour candle closes below this area, man, we are coming down for London close. Just waiting over here. Stephen Patrick is the few people I can trade confidently with his signals. I've been getting so much joy trading all because of his signals. Well done, Stephen Patrick. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is GBPNZD. Price broke support. Price retested news. Recess. Consolidation zone, expecting price go down once we broke support. Take a buy once it closed out of the box. Oh, I think you meant take a sell. High probability to go down. Oh, nice, man. Played out very nice. Secured 31 pips. Beautiful. beautiful. Gold about to drop. This is the fake out before the session. All right. I think for gold to drop, it's really asinine to say that gold is going to drop when it's bullish. I think you need to provide some basis behind that statement. I mean, if you think gold is going to drop, I think gold should drop if it comes below 1908 or below 1910, and then it's going to be in a range, right? So you have to really provide some substantiated evidence that if something's going to happen, it will eventually happen. Hey, can you speak about your my mentorship? I have mentorship? I don't know, man. No idea. No idea what that means. If you find it, you find it. If you can't, then it just doesn't exist. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it's just ranging over here. Your JPY is at a very crucial stage at this point. Will we continue breaking, or will we break and do some sort of a retest to continue bullish? That is the question. This is my US 30. Oh, US 30. Waiting for 30-minute candle bullish for possible buys. Looks good. Clean traffic going all the way up over here. Are you looking for price to break below for sells? Honestly, looking at this, I like buys better than sells. because there's clean traffic here for buys. Sells a little bit of issues, maybe a little bit of issues over here. But yeah, let's see. Hey, ended my second week, like up 4.5%. Didn't take any trades since Wednesday. Oh, nice, man. Beautiful. No trades since Wednesday. Followed your plan. Amazing. Men, I wouldn't even wonder if this gold guy would just answer that he got the info about gold drop from a person familiar with the topic. Yeah. Like, you know, when people say that certain thing is gonna fall, those statements I used to say when I was new, you know, when I was new, I'd be like, okay, you know what? It's gonna fall. And then if it fell, I'd say, hey, look, see, I told you it's gonna fall. Without any evidence, without any, you know, like technical analysis or any analysis based on price. So you really need to, like, you know, kind of like investigate those issues that, okay, if gold's going to fall, which price does it need to reach for you to execute a sell? Because if it's going to go down and you say it's going to go down, if you're not going to be in a trade, then, like, you know, so I think below 1908 would be pretty nice for gold to come down. But if it stays above this level, then it should continue moving bullish.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people make these statements, and it's not conducive to anybody's learning, because essentially, Raj is right. When you look at the current state of gold, this is sort of how you would um, break up gold, right? So now, technically speaking, we should be doing that, because I mean, if we follow the patterns of most trading, right, you have essentially a breakout, then you have consolidation, and then you have a breakout again, right? So for us to then go back down, you need this set of candles here. A lot of people like to trade off these kind of candles, and they're like, well, you know, it's rejecting. Um, it's hard to do that, and I'm not saying it's not possible, but if you do that enough times, you're going to get burned. There's, you know, people will do this, and you know, there's a high probability gold could drop. I mean, we don't necessarily know, and any trader that tries to force their opinion on somebody is not a very good trader. We have to look at probabilities, and for the most part on this stream, we always look at, you know, the higher time frame probability usually prevails. It's very hard for a higher time frame candle to flip, because once again, like we've used previous analogies, we look at the higher time frame candle as like an oil tanker or a big ship in the sea. For that ship to turn, it takes a long time for it to turn. Can it turn? Of course it can. There's no doubt in my mind that, you know, you can have it turn a whole 360 or 180 degrees and suddenly we're going bearish. But if you look over time and you back test a particular pair, you'll see over time that for the most part, gold, when it is bullish, it stays pretty much bullish for the day, if it is a strong bullish candle. If it's bearish, we usually stay bearish, unless there's, you know, there's a point of contention where that pushes the candle to do the opposite. So when people talk about these rejections and say, okay, well, we're going to go down, the basis of why we're going down really isn't justified, because of the fact that we have information over the last, I would say, 2.5 years on this live stream, and probably the last 6 years in trading, to say that there's a higher probability that we probably will go up before we go down. You know, if we do go down, like Raja said, you're breaking a level in this area here for us to then go back to this way. Because if you're looking at a mirror idea, right? So this is the breakout. You know, the breakout would then have to come down this way, but you know, at this point, this area here is a bit of consolidation. We know that this area here is a bit of consolidation. So if we're looking to do a mirrored move, you essentially have to then, you're pushed up to this level, then we have to push down through this level. If we don't break this level here, then all we're doing is we're dropping back into the consolidation range to then push further up over here. So this is where you don't want to get trapped as a trader and say, well, we are going down because I see a little bit of rejection over here. And it's like, well, I would rather play personally in this area over here, knowing that we have clean traffic over here, and this consolidation area here has broken down to the bearish side, so that we can get the drop, and then eventually you're dropping back into the 1905, 1903. Um, so it's just important that when you make statements like that, or even you're thinking your trade process through, that you use a logical deduction. Everybody wants to call a top or a bottom when it comes to trading, but if you do that over the long term, you're going to get burned a lot more times than if you just look at the the obvious. If you just trade what you see, not what you think, more times than not, you're going to be accurate in what you're doing. And people will turn around and say, well, that's obvious, that's easy. But that's what trading's supposed to be. We're supposed to be making easy decisions here to make money. We're not supposed to be trying to test our ability to guess the direction of the market. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to use a process where we balance probabilities out, and we say, hey, we see 4 time frames going bullish, chances are we're going to go bullish. Like, make it easy on yourself. Trading is difficult as it is. It's already at that point where you're going to struggle to begin with. So why not take simple concepts and just add them to how you approach the trading process? It does help you. And people that are trying to do these magical trades, I shake my head all the time, because you're not impressing anybody. If gold drops from 1912 all the way to 1900 and you caught the top, congratulations. But I can still catch the trade from 1907, where I see we're breaking down, and I can still ride it to 1900s with a higher probability or a higher process that we are dropping, than compared to guessing now when we have bullish candles still pushing to the upside. It just makes more sense. You might have caught 50 more pips than I did, but if we played that 10 times over, there's probably a good chance that 1911 breaks up to 1913 before it breaks down to 1900, right? So just keep that in mind, and just really set the ego aside. There's going to be times where you have to wait for a trade, and if you believe in this instance gold is dropping, there's lots of opportunities for the gold drop. You don't have to rush in at 1912, 1913 just so that you can grab it down to 1900, because we've seen in previous instances when gold drops, it drops $10, $20. So you're not going to miss the move. You're going to get what you need out of the trade, but you're going to have a better risk to reward at that point. Sorry, that was long-winded.
No, that was pretty good.
I killed Rasha too.
You made him poof away.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I didn't realize Raj had left. I wasn't looking at the Zoom screen. I was looking at my screen.
Yeah. Actually, buys at London Open, they played out up to 1912. It's right here.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's at this area of consolidation. So I wouldn't trade around here. Been trading gold a little more lately. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're in that range there. We've dropped back into that range. So people are saying, well, how do we trade this? Well, essentially what you're looking for is similar to what I said yesterday, is you're looking for a candle that pops up and then continues to move down. So you'd put your stop loss above this area here, so that you would have clean traffic to go through here, because more than likely this candle would be mirrored on this side of the market at that point. So you're always looking at either, your 15-minute or your 30-minute time frame. You're looking for a rejection, and then you're looking for it to drop at that point. So you can see this candle here. This could be your rejection candle. So what'll happen is this candle starts to drop. It goes down here. Once you're looking to break below this range here, your next candle is going to come up and drop. And as it starts to drop, your stop loss is placed over here so that you can then now move and you get that move down in this area over here. You're breaking through this zone here, this zone over here, and then eventually down to this point right over here. Um, so when you look
I used to believe in those
through
things,
that,
right? I used to, I used to look at that
and
in
you
that
go through
way, that form, but I
where
don't
you
really
want
look
to
at it
take
like
your
that. I used to look at
trades,
it closing average
that's
distance.
probably how you would
What I do know
effectively
is that
take a
it
trade
did close
with gold.
doji, and what does
All
this
you
mean?
have to do really
Look where it opened up and
is
look where
look
it
at
closed.
previous instances where we've
What did
had,
it do? It did nothing.
say a
It did
bearish
nothing
movement,
in this candle,
and you can
right? Nothing happened in this candle.
Situation over here. Still kind of wonky here coming up towards the New York Open. Have you guys noticed whenever Biden speaks, he's speaking with his hand in the camera? You people need us. You people. It's like how Bush used to speak, how his dad used to speak. I think they're all like a part of a big cult. And Trump got elected because of I think there was not a problem but a mistake. And then they're like, "Oh wow, man, like this is the wrong guy to come in. He's ruining all of our plans."
yeah, Trump, he caused some issues for people.
Oh man, mass issues on huge scales, like what lowest interest rates ever, stock market up, like a lot. Like Wall Street is pretty happy with Trump.
Yeah, it's rather interesting. I mean, the debate last night was entertaining to say the least. I think, I mean, for looking from a Canadian standpoint, if I was watching the debate and I knew nothing about politics, I would say Biden lost. Um, the rationale behind that was Trump pushed him into a corner with a couple of items, and he refused to answer those questions. Biden came out swinging with a couple of ideas, and so they were very strong. And if you like a career politician and you like the idea of unification and that idealism, you're going to vote for Biden because Biden comes across as that wholesome figure. I don't see any color, red or blue. I see a United States. He had some, very strong, I guess, talking points or sound clips or sound bites. But Trump asked him a couple of questions and he diverted his answer. So if you were paying attention and you actually were watching that aspect of the debate, Biden lost because like when he said certain sound bites, Biden deflected and he didn't even really try to entertain those questions. To me, if you want to unite people, you have to unite people both with the good and the bad. And I don't think Biden was trying to do that. Biden was just trying to say, hey, I'm going to do everything I can to make things good. But he was already in office, and why didn't he do all these other things previously, right? So there was there was things there that he could have easily justified because he was still in office, and he could have said, hey, my work isn't done yet, and we were working on this. He tried to, but it wasn't strong enough. He didn't resonate strong enough with that idea to say that, hey, we were trying to do this and now it's all reversed and everything, and this is the problem, because he's been in office for so long. And that's the problem when you're a career politician, is you have to avoid those topics where you've been in office and people ask, well, what have you done? And you can't justify what you've done, right? Because that's how you lose an election easy, because people are like, well, this guy's already been here, he hasn't done anything. That other guy that he has a blowhard, but he's sort of accurate in what he's saying. This guy's been around for 47 years, what has he done, right? So at this point, I think the US has to choose between the lesser of two evils, and I don't know which one you pick.
Both are evil, man.
Yeah.
The funniest thing was, like, I was watching the highlights. Who built the cages, Joe?
Who built the cages?
Who built the cages? And Joe's like, "Oh shit! Someone save me!"
I was at the gym when that happened, and I had to like Google it, but I kind of knew what was going on. It's something about immigration, right?
When I saw the start, I felt like as if Joe had, like, when you're in an argument and you have these strong points, these strong bullets you want to use through the argument. He used all his bullets in the start of the argument,
Yes.
and then there was nothing after
The six,
that.
the six.
To
Just
be
pa,
honest,
pa,
the
pa,
problem
pa,
with
pa.
politics is that, yeah, Joe may be in government for 47 years already, but the one politic is not gonna do anything. I mean, it's a huge government, and even though if you're a president of the United States, you're not the owner of the United States, to be honest. So you have the Congress, you have the Senate. So in order for you to approve any law, any bill, it's gonna pass through. I mean, a lot of politicians, and each politician has different point of views. For example, if you wanna do something with the National Rifle Association, there's a lot of politicians who owns these the stores. They are selling guns like crazy. They're not gonna pass a bill to protect the people who doesn't want this arm on the streets. Because
Right.
it's okay if you wanna buy a 9 millimeters, it's okay. But if you wanna buy a heavy rifle, I mean, what's the point for that?
Yeah, well, that's why the government is built on three branches: the legislative, judicial, and executive.
Yeah.
First has to go through the legislative, then executive has to approve, and judicial is basically the court. So
Yeah, and every country around the world, other than Cuba, maybe Venezuela,
yeah,
they
now
have this power separated one from each other.
yeah,
But for example, in Cuba, it doesn't matter.
no,
Yeah,
in
you have
The
Cuba
guy in
dictatorship.
power is
it
the
does.
main guy, and
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
whatever he
dictatorship.
says, it's gonna be done.
yeah.
But yeah,
When I was in Cuba, it's just you can't say nothing bad about the president. At
yeah,
that time, it was Fidel.
yeah, yeah,
I was there until I was 13, 12. So you cannot say anything bad about the president. There's no freedom of speech. There's no three branches, nothing like that. It's just
yeah.
straight dictatorship. One
Mhm.
president, and that's it. Until he dies, then the next president will be elected, which is his brother Raul. And then
It's a
he has,
dictatorship.
yeah, he's got another brother after that. He's got the
Yeah.
same name as me.
It's basically the same is happening in Venezuela. I
Yeah,
have a lot
just
of
like
friends from
Venezuela, man.
Venezuela. It's crazy, man. You cannot say anything bad about Maduro. And,
No, Maduro, he relieved prisoners so they could join his army, which is scary. He's another crazy one.
Yeah, I mean it's safe to say the political arena right now globally is just a show.
yeah,
I think the average person who has somewhat of an intelligent mind or has a head on their shoulders realizes it doesn't matter who you put into office; they are not working for the people anymore.
no,
I think
exactly.
your job as an individual now, when you have you have your country in elections, is to understand what each one is trying to say or trying to do, and see how that can impact your life and try to avoid the impact. It's the same thing here in Canada. We have politicians here that do absolutely nothing. So your job is to figure out loopholes, to work against their policies, and to figure out how to protect yourself. No government is really working for its people anymore. And if you do believe that a government is working for its people, you have an idealistic view of the world that existed probably in the 19 or the 1800s, maybe even if it didn't, I don't even think it existed there. But no politicians really are working for their people anymore. There's too much lobbying. There's too much, persuasion and influence by other people to actually have a unbiased politician who will just say, hey, this is the benefit of everybody, because it doesn't exist anymore. So like I said, your job is to make sure that you protect your family, you protect people who are close to you, and figure out what they're doing and how it can impact you, and try to minimize those impacts, whether it's understanding tax code, understanding how their social policies affect your living conditions, things of that nature.
Yeah, yeah. In order for to continue in life, you're gonna need to understand that Trump is not gonna save your life, and Biden is not gonna save your life either. So just
I think we got Ty in the house.
Yo, 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 what's the deal with you guys, man? How you guys doing?
Good man, how are you? I see your Versace sleeping coat.
Man, I'm indulging in my early morning message. What is this medicine?
The Minky code.
How you guys doing this morning, though, man? Happy to be here. Happy to vibe with you. I remember being on here, I think like a month or so ago. So, it was about a month. So I'm definitely glad to be back.
Yeah, man, welcome. So for people who don't know he has a channel on YouTube. Let me pull it up right over here.
Let's get it. I'm gonna send out this tweet too.
We got a tune coming in.
Yeah, I'm about to send out this tweet right now. Let people know I'm on here.
Oh, tweet. Yeah, this is his channel right here. Like the last time, I think we had you on like a month and a half ago. Like a month ago,
about a month
and a half ago. Yeah. So we had a lot of requests. We're like, okay, like, you know what? It's the Fridays are chill days. Like no one really looks for trades on Fridays. Let's have Ty back on and let's see what's happening there.
I'm with it, bro. I've been trying to snipe up this NASDAQ, bro, and really try to buy up this Dow. I don't know if it's going to give us any juice today, per se, but I've definitely been looking for that shit to break out. I just looked at the 5 on the dollar at the bottom. I don't know. If the dollar push up, then you already know how the market going to move. But with it being Friday, bro, I don't know. Like, if that trade works out for me, that's the only trade I took today. So I bought the NASDAQ. You know what I mean? Like, if I can get 100 points off that, my exit is like 11,750. Shit, I feel like I'm dreaming, bro.
Oh yeah, like if it breaks this level we're looking at, you got a clean run all the way to 1150, 1140.
That's what I'm waiting for, but I don't know if it's gonna give us that today per se, just because I really don't feel like we even gonna have the value on a Friday. You know what I mean?
Dreaming.
Dreaming, man.
That's why he said he's dreaming.
Yeah. But
so
if
when
we get the value, then cool. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I know. So when you're looking at these situations, are you also keeping in mind fundamentals, or is it just price levels, technicals?
No, I'm definitely tapped all the way into the fundamentals. I'm tapped hella into this selection. I I have fucking Donald Trump's his Twitter. I have his notifications on. I've been looking at this whole Pelosi deal with the stimulus package and everything like that. So I really just been telling my community, like, you know, kind of trade what you see and don't because so my strategy usually is, you know, I get on these indexes, bro. I'll check it. I'll buy this shit 1,000 times until, you know, it's not trending no more. But like we're not trending right now, so my normal play, like I can't play my normal play, bro. Like I'm forced to play an entirely different game. And I feel like just because we're around that election time and we have so much sentiment glooming in the market, you know.
Yeah, so much uncertainty, man. Like we're moving in wild. Like we were just talking about this here before. That we're moving in wild times right now. Like I think the entire world economy is gonna have a overhaul. Someone's gonna hit refresh when we move in 2021.
Shit, hopefully they do refresh this shit. To be honest, I want them to take this market again so I get some better entries. You know what I'm saying? Shit. That's what I've been looking for. But I mean, obviously, I know everybody's money's involved in this joint. So it's the reason why it's been hovering at the level it's been hovering at, just because, you know, like, especially off the daily, bro. Like, I've watched that shit bounce against that one little specific zone so many times. Like, look at all that support right there. You feel me? So it's just like,
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I see the play here, Ty. I see the play.
But it's Friday, bro. So,
yeah.
I mean, like, we may not even get that play, you know? So that's the only thing I'm in right now, bro. I'm not fucking with nothing else. And US 30, that's my love. I just can't fuck with it right now. It's Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, if you look at it from a daily perspective here, right? And if it's consolidating here, and if you're looking at when's the next big fundamental, like, you know, change is going to come, it's the elections.
It's definitely the elections.
In less than...
So I got a question for you. Do you feel like price is gonna so we've been here at the daily for so long, maybe like 4 or 5 days now. Do you feel like, I mean, just looking at what we're looking at, do you feel like they're gonna try to hold price here for like the next week? You know, just kind of fake everybody out, give us maybe 100 points up or 100 points down until we finally find a presidential decision?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. That's what's up. But how you been, dog? How you been, man? I ain't talked to you in a minute. You know what I'm saying? How you been?
Things are good, man. How you been?
Shit, man, just grinding. Really, I just been like, I've told my audience I've been in a more creative space lately. Like I still trade every single day. It's kind of like, you know, it's like waking up and going to work, you know. But for me, bro, I just been in the studio lately. We've been doing a lot of entertainment shit lately. So, you know, that's kind of you know, my world, man.
Well, it's good because I mean I think you hit the head, you know, hit the nail on the head when, you know, as you start to trade and you do things like this shouldn't be a 24/7 gig. This propels you to other avenues and other things that you want to do, but it's a skill set you can come back to at any time. So
that's true.
You're living a very good lifestyle there, where you're like, hey, I'm going to take a break from trading or maybe reduce my volume, and then I'm going to go do other things that are going to, you know, build my network or give me opportunities somewhere else. Because I mean, as traders, I think the strongest, I think, characteristic or trait that we have is we continually want to be challenged and we want to strive for excellence. So, you know, as soon as you feel that you've, you know, somewhat mastered, or, you know, you're comfortable with your skill set, you know, you're looking to do something else. You're looking to get out there and see where else you can apply the same discipline or the same, you know, work ethic to get to where you need to do. And I mean, if music's a passion, I mean, it's great because now you have the freedom and you have the financial backing to really put some good stuff out there and make it your own.
Yeah, I appreciate that vibe and the support too. You know what I mean? Just because like a lot of people are confused. They're like, well, why are you doing this now and you're not doing, you know, more Forex videos? But like nobody's really looked at my past to see, like, I've been doing the shit I've said I was doing. It just, I needed more bread to do this shit. You know what I mean? So for me, like everybody has a why, you know what I mean? So for me, people want to know what propelled me to really, you know, keep going forward with the Forex thing. And it was really the music. It was really the passion for the entertainment business. I didn't want to be locked into either a contract to where I couldn't do what I wanted to do. Like I have a lot of friends who are signed, but Like me, I could drop a song every single day. For them, they have to, before they can just drop a song or a video or anything, it has to go through management. It has to go through this. It's like 70 different things that it has to go through before they're able to move. So they don't have the freedom to put out, like records like that, or they don't have the freedom to do what they want to do and be creative because somebody's there to tell them no. So for me, Forex was like, oh shit, if I figure this out, then I will never be told no because I don't, in a sense, need them or the energy to propel me. I could just propel myself. So, if people want to know my why, like that's why I got started in the foreign exchange business, bro. And why I really went so hard with this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that gives a lot of, that probably resonates with a lot of people, and it's great to hear. I mean, I've done the same thing. I mean, I have businesses now that are not even related to FX, but they've allowed me to network and work with other people. So now FX is sort of a secondary thing, but I still enjoy it. I still like coming here and discussing trades and taking trades, but it's no longer my bread and butter. You're well diversified now. You're doing other things, and you just keep growing as an individual.
I feel like we have to though. This shit'll drive you crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like especially the last few days looking at the market, bro. Like, bro, this shit would drive you crazy. And like yesterday, I've been trying to trade this damn this Nasdaq, but like I said, it's only giving me like 50 to 100 points. So it's like what I want, I'm not getting. Cause usually, like you get in here, bro, you do 200 points on a Dow, you do 200 points on Nasdaq. Like that's an easy morning for you. You know what I'm saying? So you could do a 0.10, 200 points, easy 2 bands. Or you could scale it up, do like a 0.21, you know what I'm saying? Easy 200 points, like boom, 4 bands, and you done. You know what I'm saying? But this shit today, bro, we're not able to run it like that. So like my strategy recently has just been, I've been taking 50 points here, 75 points here, like whatever this shit is gonna give me when it start lighting up blue, I'll throw a trailing stop, right? And just wait. I'll be like, okay, at 9 o'clock, I'm getting out no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what, I'm getting out. So then, boom, 9 o'clock comes. I look at the market. If it's pushing up, I'm like, you know what? I'll try to stop it tighter. If not, I'm like, you know what? I'll just snatch this whole thing. When I've been taking the whole pie, though, I've literally watched the market pull back, bro, and just snatch all the gains that I would have had. So it's like, man,
you'd be lucky.
Bro, lucky, just barely getting out right now, But shit, oh, you got GJ up there, you got gold, okay, and the Dow. I mean, in Nasdaq. What's your favorite instrument to trade other than that, Roger?
Mostly it's just GJ. It's just been.
Oh God.
I mean, you're right. Like this October, the first 2 weeks has just been like ranging. Like I've been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like once I get in blue, like 15 pips, 10, 15 pips, stops at break even, and just that's it.
I feel it. Hey, what you feel about homegirl exposing you, bro? Talking shit exposing you.
Homegirl exposing me.
Yeah,
man.
I watched that video, bro. I watched the video because I wanted to see what Shorty said. So I checked the shit out, and she's like, "Yeah, why does he use MetaTrader 4?" So I start scratching my head. I said, "What?" Like,
no,
okay, you know what I'm saying?
We want to talk about when you got exposed. Like yesterday, we were watching a video, and I was like, okay, you know what? We're going to have Ty on, and we're going to ask him, how does he feel about him getting exposed in front of the entire human community here?
Man, shit. I feel like they got me, bro. They finally got me, you know what I mean? Shit. But what's dope about the whole shit is, to me, like, really, I feel like if she wanted to take her brand to the next level, like she would really have to just get out here and show us that she can shoot the ball and slam dunk. Like it's one thing to say that everybody's trash, but it's another thing to do it and then shit on us all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if she shitted on us all with like these future shits and ran up bag? Then like we couldn't say shit. But I mean, as of now, it's just talking shit. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, nobody wants to trade on anything other than MT4 because we could just press the buttons on our phone or on our computer. And then I know you have your magic key set up. So it's like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's not even that he's not even trading on MT4. He trades on MT5.
So she was wrong.
She was completely wrong off the hook, like off the bat. Just like she swung and missed completely.
Yeah, I think, Ty, you're right. I think personally, when she came at me, you could see that there's a little bit of, I think, I would say psychological or mental issues. I hate coining that, but you can see her pattern of what
Yeah.
she's done to everybody. And we've talked about this before when you were back on before.
Yeah.
It's if you're gonna want to influence people, you want to come out and you want to share your value. By trying to tear somebody down with random ideas or random thoughts that
Yeah.
can't really be, they're not really proven. They're your opinion. You don't look good. You look really
Yeah.
bad. That's like telling people to come to your restaurant or listen to your music because
After
everybody
you
else is
shitted on
doing stuff.
everybody else.
Yeah, like people aren't gonna, they're not gonna resonate with that. They're not gonna vibe with that. She made the biggest mistake, and I tried to tell her that when she was coming at me. I'm like, you had an opportunity where the options and futures market is a market that isn't really well known. I mean, people
That's true.
understand it, and you had a chance to be a leader, and you could have leveraged, say myself, Raja, yourself, like a whole bunch of these other people that are in FX, and said, hey guys, I want to show you the benefits of what I'm doing, and I want to be able to work with you guys, and like whatever, I'll get my
And
way.
we would
Like,
have been open to collaboration, bro,
that's
and
right. Yeah.
making shit happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it would have been more of like, hey, we'll help you. Maybe you can come on here and talk about what you do and have a spot and stuff like that, and collaborate with people. I'm not gonna give you the secret sauce, or like I'm not gonna just feed you. But like if I see you're working, I'm always gonna try and help people that I see working or that are actually trying to add value. Like that's who I am as a person. But
Yeah.
man, as soon as I hear you talking crap about other people and just going on, it's like nobody wants to work with you. And she
That's
thought she
true.
was being smart, and it's just like,
It kind of backfired, bro. And the
yeah,
thing is, I
Big
seen the
time.
play. It's like I seen the play, and I understand the angle. Like I'm like, okay, like I understand the angle, but like I said, where I feel like she slipped was, well, she didn't do the work that was needed behind it. Like it's one thing
yep,
to say I'm the best basketball player, but it's
yep,
another thing to go out there and be knocking shit down. Then like you said it, you talk shit, and we watched you shoot the ball though. Like you know what I'm saying? So that was my thing. And for me, I don't really care who exposed me because I don't really give a fuck, bro. Like I wake up every morning, I press the damn the shit on my MetaTrader, you know what I mean, and just go on with my day. To be honest, some days are more stressful than others, just because like I'll wake up a little bit later and then it's like fuck, now I gotta try to work and go get my goal. You know what I mean? Or sometimes I'll have trades in from the previous session from Asian and then like wake up and profit. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like, so I try to finish my day within like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. And then I guess like when I get on Twitch and shit, hey, I ain't gonna cap. Maybe sometimes I'll get on Twitch, I'll fucking run it all the way up, I'll see an opportunity, and then I'll give back like half my gains because it's like I'm just fucking jittery, bro. And it's it's me over trading, so it's like I already know, like I gotta be like, all right, bro, like sometimes I'm like, you know what, I'm not even gonna stream today just because like I've made enough, like, and I know if I look at this market one more time, like the thing is the opportunity set up so much, bro. Like fuck, like I'm a shooter, you know what I mean? So it's like when I see it, I just shoot and I just forget the rest, like shit.
Yeah, that's what happened. Like the more you watch the charts, the more
Yeah.
it's gonna set up in your mind. You're really, oh shit, I've seen it before. Let's hit it. Let's hit it.
Man. So, sometimes that's my days, but I'm just, just being transparent, like not every day is a blue day. Some days are red days too, So everybody probably thinks fucking we all get on here and it's just win, 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 win,
No.
and they don't even know, man, this shit is, some days you might win, some days you might be like, damn, man, fuck, I gotta build this shit back up. So it's definitely interesting.
Bro, you're gonna get your 11,750 today.
Man, 45 points, 45 points to go, man. So let's hope we get up there, and I'm gonna close out early though. I'm not even gonna try to float it, bro. I'm gonna keep a buck with you.
You aiming for that wick right here? Go back on
Yeah,
Yeah, the daily wick
yeah,
right
that
here.
one, daily wick. All right.
Max
that
just
supporter
entered that
sitting
trade.
sexy.
Trust.
Oh, you just got in?
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
I don't trade indices.
Oh, okay, okay.
I stopped that.
You stopped? Why?
I
What
stopped
happened,
that, bro.
What happened, Mac?
Too much nonsense.
Selling pressure to his head.
Yeah, bro. I started trading US 30 for like a month, and I was like, nah, too much.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. I get jittery as shit, man. You gotta know me.
I feel you. Well, it's because you chose the craziest one out the pack, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was doing S&P 500 before, and then I stopped to switch to US 30. But I'm like, nah, but let me just go back to my roots and
Yeah.
stick to GJ and maybe some gold.
I fuck with GJ. Not necessarily GJ. But I be on GU a lot. You know what I mean? But I feel like they move hella similar. But I definitely I'm always on like GU and shit like that. But shit, I fuck with GJ too, bro. I know they move kind of distinctively the same. So let's get it.
We have this question. Sorry, yeah, it's like
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, I want to ask this too. How long have you been trading for?
Okay, so pushing the button probably like 7 or 8 years. Interested in like the whole stock shit and the whole forex and trading period probably all my life. So like I was inspired by Jay. I was inspired like by Lil Wayne and all of these artists and shit like that. But in our community, well, like most of these guys, they've made it from selling drugs and rapping. So I was always interested in the stock market because I'm like, damn, Jay-Z's story was dope, but like, bro wasn't talking stocks. He wasn't, in a sense, like, before he did the 444 album, it wasn't like he was trying to, push artists forward and really give our community that light, that light that we needed. It was more so, shit, what type of music Jay was making, you know what I mean? So, when I seen this story, I was just inspired by that, bro. And I figured, I was like, shit, if I could just do the exact opposite, I would. And I'll make it rhyme. I'm not going to say I made it off of, selling rocks or selling cocaine or selling drugs. I'll say I made it off of, selling stocks or, the foreign exchange. And that was kind of the story that I adapted. So that's what got me truly passionate into, looking this shit up, man. And in high school, I was looking at stocks and shit, but I was not trading. Like I wasn't actually physically trading, but I was looking at all the candlesticks and I would try to, I had this little iPad thing. So I would try to show people like, yo, look at this. The stock went up today. And I mean, I'm not even in the game, but it was just exciting to even act like I was involved. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of like where the passion developed for me.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Also, like, I think it's really cool that you use Forex to fund your music industry. Because, like, at one point, now many people don't know this. I released an album when I was in high school. It had 11 tracks on it. And
okay.
yeah, man. Like, I used to rap. I still rap here and there. So I released an album. But the only problem was I couldn't get it recorded, like mastered properly because I didn't have the money. So it's really nice to see that your why is basically what your true passion is. Yeah.
Well, shit, since we got about 5 of us on here, let's talk about passions this morning. Like, let's get the people excited to to go for what it is that they want to do. So I mean, talk about your passion, and Kerwin and Mac. You guys talk about your passions, man. Let's see what you. Well, I don't know what you're into, so it would be new to me. You know what I mean? And I guess the audience, they already know, but I mean, for me,
That's it, like 2000.
Go ahead, Kerwin. No, you
Go
want to
ahead,
start?
man.
Okay, well,
Come on.
my passion other than Forex is cooking, grilling, Grilling is
Grilling?
my thing. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I love
man.
grilling.
Okay.
I mean, I can be in the barbecue every day, and I can cook anything different every day, and I love it.
Tomahawks, man. I went to his place.
Okay.
He cooked up 4 tomahawks.
Yeah.
3, 4. Man, I'm like, bro, this is a lot of meat, man.
It's a lot of
Okay.
meat. Each tomahawk is around 4.5 pounds. So, man,
Shit.
2 tomahawks, it can feed like 6 people easily.
Man's out here eating. I'm with that, man. I'm with that. That sounds pretty dope, man. Shit, I'm gonna definitely have to give me a play. Where you guys all in Canada?
No.
Okay.
I'm
No, I'm in
in New
Miami.
York.
Nah, we in
Okay.
down south, man. We in the dirty south.
The dirty South. Okay.
I'm in
Shit.
New York. I'm in the dirty up.
Man, when we came on, it was like 7 a.m. here, our time. And we're like,
Yeah.
man, where's this guy Ty? He's in Miami. Like, why isn't he up yet?
Yeah.
And then we
Nah,
didn't
I'm on the West Coast, man.
Yeah,
I
Mac told
said
us.
it. I'm like, bro, he's in the West Coast.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, he's in Miami. I'm like, nah, bro.
Shit, really, my girl had kicked me. She was like, "Hey, don't you got the show with Don't Lie this morning?" Man, I'm like, "Fuck, hold on." That's when I checked the text. I'm like, "Oh shit!" All right, hold on.
Man, we're gonna need a Ty and Rakeel collab.
Bro, that'll be dope, bro. I'm down to make that happen. Like,
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
let
some
that
people on my Insta, and not Insta, on my Twitter, but asking for that too. So, that'd be dope, bro, for the community.
You got a new face tat I see since the last time, man.
Nah, I got the it's the same shit. It just I got my hair cut.
Oh.
What the heck is
Whoa,
going on?
holy! Thank you,
Shit.
GJ. 26 bit. Thank you.
Shit. Oh, you guys already in that buy.
Nice.
Full TP hit.
Yeah, some guys were in this
Easy
buy over
call.
here. Nice.
Okay.
Sweet.
I didn't like that buy setup.
No, me neither.
Yeah, me neither.
He said me neither, but we still took it.
No, no, I
I-
didn't.
Yeah, I got in on the opening of the 8-hour candle.
Okay.
Very nice.
What was that? Like 20? That from what is that? 60 to 80? That looked like
That's the news.
From 136
About
to
30,
80.
about 30 pips.
Ooh, this whole candle is like 43
That
pips.
was
Wait, 80, bro. That's like 50 pips. So you guys only got 20. You got
Yeah.
in after the line, after the 137.
My TP was, I put my full TP at 137, 198.
Oh, that's solid. You already TP then.
Yeah.
Easy bread. Okay.
Yeah,
Easy
full
bread.
TP. Yeah.
So I'm working with. Like I said, I'm stuck in this Nasdaq. I'm trying to get out at 750 if it give it to me. That's the only thing I'm rocking with today. You know what I mean? Like it's Friday. I'm just trying to sit on my hands, man. You know.
Yeah, this was Brexit news here.
Okay.
From
Okay.
Macron laying ground talks for fishy companies and Brexit talks.
So you be on fundamentals heavy.
Yeah, like the way how I see Brexit is basically so in 2018, 2019
Okay.
we had a lot of Brexit uncertainty. So whenever Brexit news would come out, pound would
Yeah.
just go up. You know, so I've always been counting on, like at any given time when there's high volume, like in late London Open or like early New York session, NYC, if there's
Yeah.
any Brexit move, it's gonna break like a 1 hour level, so that's
I mean, it's your peer, so you know this shit inside and out. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, I've seen this happen so many times. Plus, like also like if a news is something like it hasn't really changed anything fundamentally, right? Like here we see that
Yeah.
okay, France and Macron laying grounds for fisheries compromise in Brexit talks. Like he's made an announcement, but that
Yeah.
hasn't changed anything fundamentally.
I
So
understand.
now I see this as okay, if we had a move up and if nothing has changed fundamentally, we could probably continue to move up a little bit and then correct the whole move down.
I understand.
Because something has to change for price to kind of like continue moving that way, right?
Yeah.
That way, at times, gold moves, man. Sometimes gold moves in a way does not care for human life. It just
Nah, it
continues.
really doesn't, bro. It really doesn't, bro.
Yeah, if you look at
Shit.
gold now, it's exactly what we talked about earlier, Raja. If people are trading gold, you can see on the 30-minute candle, exactly what we talked about was the breakout to the upside. So you can see where we had the consolidation in this area here, and then we broke up, and now we're out of that range. So this is where people when they buy above this area, we were talking about buying above. I guess it was 1911,
Okay.
1910. We talked about this earlier, which was this area here. Having it pop up. Now you can see where people are saying sell gold. It burned them again. And
Yeah,
hopefully
because
people.
they looking left and shit and not paying attention to true trend.
Yeah. So I think people who bought gold, they won on this trade. But like we said, always use the higher time frames. Give yourself an opportunity with higher time frames. Don't try and cheat yourself on the smaller time frames.
I understand. Yeah. And shit, I like gold though. To be honest, man, it's actually one of my favorite pairs as well. Like gold, well, not pairs, but I guess commodities as well. Well, my favorites are really like us 30 gold and GU. You know what I mean? That's like shit. That's about what it is. Anything other than that, I try to stay out of it just because it's kind of like you. It's like when you got your way to make your bread, you just stick to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like how you guys like you love GJ and like like you're gonna come here and make your bread because this is where you come to make your shit. So I definitely feel that's
Yeah,
that's pretty
I think
dope.
you're right. People like I trade mainly gold and GJ, and I dabble with US 30 as well. And it's
Okay.
for me, it's like you pick your poison,
Yeah.
and you plan yourself out. Like you were talking about Nas and sort of what you're looking at. When you prepare for those ideas, and this is the thing that people have to learn, and this, Ty, is when you fully prepare for that idea and it comes to fruition, your confidence goes through the roof. And that's where you're able to capitalize on those ideas because you know that you worked like you know exactly what you're saying. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have to wait till elections or after elections, before that, before this market breaks out. But this
Yeah.
is what I'm planning. I'm planning on these ideas, and all you're doing is you're just waiting. It's just a
Yeah.
waiting game. And a lot of people that are new traders just don't want to wait because they're second guessing their analysis. They're not
That's true.
believing that it can be this easy. Like,
Or
oh,
trying to
we're at a
see it all the way
support.
through.
Yeah, it's like we're at a support. It's just not going to break and going to go up. Yeah, more than likely that's what's going to happen. Like you have to
Yeah.
accept for an instance that you know what you're doing. Like, I mean,
I
and
understand.
and that's where, like, when you have years of experience, your confidence is there. It's just like, okay, I just got to wait. Like, I'm comfortable waiting because I know I'm going to get what I need out of the market.
That's very true. I agree with that, and I feel like just in my beginning years, that was probably the worst thing for me to do was wait. So I used to be like a scalper. A lot of people know I started with like binary options. So my thing was like 5-minute, 10-minute expiries. So before I came over to Forex, I'm so used to the 5-minute, 10-minute, expirations. I'm like, shit's not happening in 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then I would look at people's phone and then the shit would just be lighting up and just floating. And I'm like, damn, so you could just grow your account just like that? Because I mean, I'm out of the market in 5 minutes, so I missed the whole move. You know what I mean? So it's like I was right, but I just wasn't in the entire move. So I feel like once I finally got over to this shit, man, and really start just letting my trades run, that was like the turning point for me. But let's give these people some inspiration, man. Tell me something. Like, what was your turning point with Forex? Like you got in, you bumped your head a few times, but what was that? What was that moment where you like, you know what? I'm finally able to go to that next level where I finally felt like, I made it out of the non-profitable threshold and I could do this thing consistently. I just, I want to know, may Roger,
Yeah.
you first, or
Go ahead,
Uncle
Roger.
Ted, you first.
Okay. I mean, for me, I because I'm obviously a little bit older than everybody. I had already done a lot with risk management when I was playing cards and things like that, and I understood that. I think the biggest thing that I learned throughout my life is understanding who your opponent is in all aspects of your life. So, I was working, in corporate. My opponent was my boss and other coworkers because they're preventing me from getting what I need. And that's not a bad thing, right? It's not a bad thing to have healthy competition with your coworkers or your boss, but you're like, okay, I'm on a team of 6 people. There's only one promotion. What are those people doing to impede my progress? And what can I do to then, sort of supersede that and actually become, and get that promotion and put myself in that best position? And when I started to have that attitude, and I mean, it was also through playing sports. Like, I played basketball, high school, university. You start to understand that where you're always looking for that edge. It's like I wasn't the biggest guy in basketball. Like, I wasn't the strongest or the tallest, but my IQ in basketball was there. Like, I was able to recognize what these guys were going to do. It's like, okay, I know that guy's going to probably play the post hard. So if I can draw him out of the post, that means one of my players can go and make a basket because we've drawn the big man out, right? So that was my job. Like, I wasn't getting points. I was getting rebounds and assists. I was getting maybe 6 or 8 points, but I was drawing the defense out because, they had to cover me because I was a big man. So it was one of those things. So when, you look at FX, it was the same thing. It's like, okay, well, who's my opponent? Who's making the market move? And then asking the question, why? Like, why is the market moving the way it is? Like, what's happening? Who's doing this? And then it's like understanding and picking spots where you're like, okay, we've seen the market hit this price level so many times.
Yeah.
This is an area where I have to watch. And, if it doesn't break up, we're obviously going down. And for me, I looked at the market and it's like, it doesn't get harder with more money. And that was the biggest realization for myself is when I played cards, as you go up the limits, like, you start off with playing $1, $2, I play 25, 50, 100 now. Like, we play, minimum buy-ins like 5,000, max 50,000. So it's a
Okay.
bigger game, and you play it, and it's like, yeah, some of the players are better. Obviously you have just players that have a lot of money that aren't that good, but
Yeah.
like people understand the game. Like you don't have to explain to somebody, oh, it's your turn to act, or it's your turn. Like the full house beats a flush. Like you don't have to
Yeah.
but it's the same thing now. When I went to the markets, it's like, wait a second, if I can do this with $3 lots, I can do this with $10 lots. It's the same thing.
That's very true.
It's just okay. I'm risking maybe $1,000 or $1,500 instead of $300 or $500 now. It's like
Yeah.
once I'm comfortable with that and I know what I'm doing, like for me, truly FX was a game. It's like, well, if I know the market's going down, time to put a heavy amount on the market going down and manage my risk, right? Like
Either you're
I'm
gonna
not
be right or wrong.
right, that's exactly it. Like, but I was never hesitant. Like a lot, I see a lot of people struggle with this. Is they struggle with execution. I never
Yeah.
struggled with execution because it's like, man, you just gotta go. Like, you get pocket aces and you're sitting at a poker table. Guy goes all in for 20,000. Yeah, you call. Like if you're hesitating calling when you have the best starting hand,
Yeah.
you can't play poker. That means that you're playing above your bankroll. It means you're not confident in yourself.
So go to the kiddie table.
Yeah, you have to drop levels. So it was the
Yeah.
same thing with FX. It's like, it's go time. People are like, oh man, you trade 50, 100 lot. It's like, yeah, because why not? Like if
I
I'm
understand.
gonna be in the market and I have the financial means to do it,
Then
why
you
am I
might as
not
well make the
taking
money.
that? Why am I not taking the most out of it? And then the major psychological hurdle was, holy shit, I'm actually good at this. All my friends are working 9 to 5 in corporate with me, and now I'm
Yeah.
suddenly making more than they are. And it's like, well, my lifestyle changes because I didn't grow up with money. I don't have friends that have lots of money. It was just more of like, so now what do I do? Like,
I understand.
I'm the one hanging out by myself essentially, and it's like, okay, and as now other people are coming up, people are experiencing the same thing, and we have like a community of people that are doing well for themselves. So you can bounce ideas off of people. There's opportunities and things like that. But at the
Yeah.
at the beginning, it's a hard road because you're second guessing yourself. You're in you're in
Yeah.
a social circle where everybody is probably in the same sort of
Like a
situation. Like,
mindset. Yeah.
yeah, and once you break out, you're like, okay, like, is this for me? Like, is this really happening? And then
Yeah.
the toughest part on top of that is now dealing with people that don't have that mindset. It's so limiting. Like, now I recognize people who limit themselves. I can just tell by the way they speak that they're limiting themselves. I don't hear the word can't anymore. It's like, okay,
I
let's
feel you.
let's figure out a way we can get there. Like
Yeah.
there's no word can't in my vocabulary anymore. It's like I can't do that. No, I can probably do that, but I have to figure out a way. Like
I
what's the
understand.
solution? And a lot of people don't have that because they're stuck, and it's you haven't broken that mold. And once you break that mold, you'll have that same sort of drive. And it's the same reason people wake up and they're like, oh, I woke up late for the stream, or
Yeah.
I slept in, I did this. It's like you don't want it bad enough because you haven't experienced the success. You haven't experienced the
Yeah.
positive impact it has on your life, and then suddenly you want to wake up early because you're like, man, I got a lot of stuff to do.
So I'm trying to get to that baggy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
You
like
gotta get it now.
like to yeah, like it's like the gym. I want to get stronger. I want to get physically fit. I want to eat properly. I want to build businesses. I want to build community.
Yeah.
I want to do all this stuff. It's like that's a lot of hours in the day you got to put out there. And if
Yeah.
you're waking up at noon or 1 o'clock afternoon, you've wasted like 7
The
8
whole
hours already.
day, bro. And
Yeah.
I used to get on my little cousins about that shit, man, so much. And like it really fucked me up because like it just didn't make sense to me. Like, how could you sleep this long? It's like I've been up all morning, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And I would go back and, like that was when I was staying with my grandma. I'd go back and, everybody's still asleep. I'm like, the fuck? Like, how is this even possible?
That's
Like-
kind of like my why when it comes to like bodybuilding and nutrition.
Yeah.
I'm 27, but I've been through a lot, since I was 16. But,
Okay.
I've been locked out at least 4 times already. I did, 30 days
Shit.
in jail. Yeah, a lot of shit, but whatever. So water under the bridge type shit.
I
right?
understand. Say no
So,
more.
I opened up my own business here in New York, which is a meal
Okay.
prepping company, just to help people how to know more about nutrition.
Okay.
So right now I'm not open because of the whole Corona thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put it on Instagram. It's meal prep culture.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna tap in too. Shit.
and basically because of the whole corona thing and the gyms being closed, I kind of got into like a depressed state. But I will still wake up every morning, get my ass out the bed. You know, if you see my bed's always done. People always asking about it. Why is your bed always done? So yeah, basically, you just gotta go through it, man. I can't be, saying, I can't do this, I can't do that. At the end of the day, you're gonna get back to your original shape, regardless what struggles you go through.
Yeah. Shit, I had a hard time doing the bodybuilding shit too. Like I'll go to the gym. I feel like it's because my nutrition's all fucked up or something like that. Like I don't know. Like I'll go to the gym, I'll do a little bit, and then I'll be like, this shit's not working.
Yeah.
Some shit. Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
It's probably because you
maybe
don't
I
have
gotta
like a
work-
set routine, maybe.
Yeah. So I gotta
Like-
approach it differently, huh?
Right. Like you gotta know what muscle group to work on first, and then jump
So
on to
this
the
shit's
next
like
one.
a science.
It is a whole science. Like the
Okay.
nutrition part is the most important part, to be honest.
Okay. Because at first I used to go to the gym, I had shit nutrition, so it was like the complete opposite. Then I had good nutrition, and then
Right.
stopped going to the gym as much. You know what I mean?
Right, because you thought that the nutrition part will make up for like you not going to the gym, but no, it's gotta
Yeah.
be like in synergy.
I hear you half and half. I'm gonna get on it
Yeah.
though. I ain't gonna cap shit. Health is wealth, you know.
Say less, bro. If you need help, let me know.
For sure. Roger over here doing fucking 4 plates and shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get up there, man.
No, the thing with me was when I first started, before I did trading, I was doing door-to-door sales. Like some people may not know this. I was doing door-to-door sales, and it was
Okay.
no hourly paycheck. It was straight commissions. Like you made a sale, you got paid, and that was it. And
I understand.
I think that the discipline part partly came from there because we were supposed to knock on 100 doors, right? So most
Shit.
guys would come on the turf and they'd knock on maybe 10 doors, they hear some no's, and then they just like, okay, that's it.
Give up, huh?
That's it.
Yeah.
I gotta go home. They'd go home, but the real ruthless savages, they would continue. They would start at so we would start at 10 a.m. and we would not stop knocking till 8 p.m. sometimes 9 p.m.
So you guys was in the game for real.
We were in the game because I remember the first month of me working there, I made zero sales. Zero money.
Okay.
So I would come home and the guys at home would ask me, hey, did you make any sales today? Mom and dad would ask me, I'm like, no sales today. Oh, go get a job. What kind of job is this? You're making no money. But I'm like, listen, every sale I make, I'm gonna make $1,200 per sale. So
That
realistically,
shit is so much more worth it than going to apply at a lot of places.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
all I gotta do is make 3 sales in a month, which shouldn't be that
Yeah.
hard, and get a nice paycheck, So they're
That
like,
is true, very true.
yeah, and the idea was that okay, now they haven't really been through that, right? So this was a new idea to them. They were looking out
Yeah.
for me. That's why they were saying, hey, go get a regular job because we don't want to see you go through this pain,
I understand.
and what most people don't understand is that going through this pain is what sets you up for other things in life. So
Very true.
first month, nothing. Second month started. First week, I got a sale. I remember I walked out of the house. I sat on the bench. It was raining, and I just
Yeah.
started bawling. I started bawling. I was like, I can't believe this. This is real. This is real.
At the end of the day, somebody's gonna answer the door. Bro.
That
Like
month-
I said yesterday.
Bro, that month I closed with $10,000 in sales. So my pay came up to 8,000 something, right? That first
Okay.
month. Yeah, and that I was like, oh wow, you know what? This is
This
it.
could be what I need to do.
This
I
is it.
understand.
Either I can spend X amount of hours working to make the same amount, or I can sell X amount of stuff to make the same amount.
And I like that the concept right there. It was actually I feel like it was a lesson what you were saying when you were speaking about either you could work the hours or you could sell. You know what I mean? And bro, I think that was just like the gem of the day right there. Just for a lot of people, just because shit, that's so true. We could either sell our time or, like you said, shit, you figured you could literally put the same amount of time in and then make more. But regardless, you're still gonna have to exert that time somewhere. So it's like where you want to put it,
Yeah, exactly. And then what happened was then we started making sales, and then I partnered up with my buddy, so he was in the same business. So we opened up an office, right? We opened up an office. We had 20 agents working for us, right? So now the deal was that every agent that was making a sale, we were getting 1,500 commission as managers. and then the agent was getting 400 per sale. So now you have a young guy coming in sales industry, and he's making 400 per sale. That's a lot of money, right?
Yeah,
So
hell yeah, it is.
and then I got into trading because our operation got so big that after 10 a.m. I had nothing to do. Like all I did after 10 a.m. was to just micromanage people in the turf, and that was it.
Yeah,
And then I
got
was looking,
bored.
yeah, exactly. And then I was looking at Instagram, and I saw this guy with the golden Lamborghini, and I was like, what is he doing with the gold Lamborghini? Like what? Like why would
Yeah.
someone want a gold Lamborghini? Like that was my mindset, you know.
Yeah.
And I looked into him and like, okay, he's doing binary options, and then like and then I started investigating more, and then I found Ted, and I looked at this guy. I'm like, man, this guy's because like at that time I was making good money,
Yeah.
for my age and everything. I was making good money, and then I looked at this guy. I'm like, man, this guy's making 3 times more than me in a day. How is this possible? Like I consider myself like a big shot. I'm like, he's even bigger, So
Yeah.
that's how I got into trading because like that was the curiosity that okay, if maybe this is another way that I can make more than I'm making now in even less amount of time.
I understand.
So that was
I
the entire rush, just to kind of like start making more in less amount of time, so that then you can have time to do some other things.
I understand. That's dope, bro. I like that backstory on how you guys started. That's tight as fuck. Like I never really knew your backstory or why you were passionate to get involved. So it's like I mean we get on here and we get to learn about each other. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
feel like that's hella dope, man.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because like I'll never like now when I look at things here and there, I see that like every like 90% of so-called successful people on Instagram,
Yeah.
at one point they were dead broke, and
Yeah.
and
Shit.
I don't know, man. Like these stories, like
I was gonna say 90% of Instagram is, bro. Shit, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight fronted,
is.
bro. Straight fronted. Like you have no clue.
Shit.
because when I started, I'm never gonna say that I was dead broke. I had money. I experienced money. I learned about it. I knew how to handle it. So
I understand.
when it started coming in from trading, I just started to look
Yeah.
at this. Okay, I have this money coming in. How can I find ways to park it so it can grow more?
I like that.
Right? Because like yesterday, we were talking about like if I was young, I wouldn't be doing things with money than what I'm doing now. Just like you talked about yourself last time when you were here, you're like, hey, first time I got myself a Rolls Royce, but now,
Yeah. Like I just went stupid, bro. You know what I mean? Like, but now like my mentors, they kind of like, and it's dope that I feel like, to be honest, I feel like you got to have a mentor on every level. Like even Oprah Winfrey has mentors and people in her circle that are letting her know either this shit is right or it's wrong. So like a lot of people try to escape that whole, oh, you don't have the mentor. Like, bro, if you don't, like, it's just going to be hard to grow to the next level because either that mentor is going to come with like resources or some type of knowledge that'll help you get to the next level. So I had mentors that kind of stepped in and seeing what I was doing, and it's like, well, okay, you're making bread but you're hood rich, and I'm like, well, what's that mean? Like, well, Tyler, you need to get your shit together over here, over here, over here, and over here. Like, did you cross all those I's and dot all those T's? Like, nah, I didn't actually. Okay, well, let's go all the way back to the beginning and start from here, and then let's work your way back up. So I had people who kind of came in and gave me that seasoning, especially with the money coming in and stuff. So it gave me like the seasoning to really help me get my mind on track. Because, bro, at first I had like I had an African American mentality, the normal one. You get a bag and you blow it, like, you know what I mean? And then with this shit, the money comes in so fast, like, bro, you don't really necessarily keep track of what's coming in or coming out. Well, at first I wasn't, because it was just boom, it comes in, spend it, come in, spend it, and I'm like, god damn, like I gotta keep working. Like now this is a fucking job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's not quote him on that African American mentality right there.
Yeah.
Kevin's like, yo, hold up.
Especially down in Florida.
Man.
Wow.
So that was like my thing for a minute, and like it. To be honest, it took me so long to get out of it because just growing up, like, I don't know. It's like when we get it, we want to go back and flex this shit off, bro. Like, and at first, like I did all that already. And then I didn't really get anything from it. Like, boom, drop top through my city, boom, music extra loud. Like, all people want to do is either A, fucking take pictures, or B, drive slow as hell in front of you. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So it's like, okay, I've done it. Now what? You know, like my fulfillment now, it's like, I don't know. I got a passion for really like, I'm just trying to create a lot of shit. Like, you know, so at first that was the passion though, like make the money and go shit on people, you know, because like when you don't have like that's your mentality, you know, and like I'm just happy that I'm finally out of there and that I've grown, you know, and like I'm finally like in a mood to where I'm like I'm more adamant to help now. You know what I mean? So I've been more open to just fucking with people, man, helping and you know, really collaborating. So like I remember you had me on here like a month and a half ago, and what I like about you guys, man, is you stream live every day, Monday through Friday. And to be honest, a lot of people cannot do that shit because you're gonna be able to see their flaws if they keep coming on every single day. You know what I mean? Like if we watch you for a week, if we watch you for 2 weeks, like you'll start to be able to develop patterns and stuff like that. You watch somebody for a month and shit, you damn near know them. Like imagine waking up and watching your favorite show every morning. Like you can't tell me you don't know this person. I watch you every morning for 2 hours. You know what I mean? So it's like, so I feel like, you know, shit, that's what's gonna, you know, truly help. And yeah, you know.
Yep.
Hell yeah. What'd you guys eat for breakfast this morning, man? Mac probably had 2 tomahawk steaks.
Nah, man, I just had some egg whites and some rice.
Okay.
Chilling. I'm trying to lose some weight right now.
Or what were you like, 220 right now, bro?
I'm at 208.
Yeah.
Cut down to 190 because I really want to compete again. Yeah.
Bro, what? Okay, so I got this question. How come everybody who does bodybuilding, nobody wants to be heavy, bro? What the fuck is this? Like
the thing about being heavy is that you retain a lot of sodium, so that's when you look bulky and heavier. Now, once you start losing all that sodium, that water retention, you start getting more dry and more cut, you know, more vascular. And that's what you want to show on stage. Let's say you want to compete on men's physique, bodybuilding, you know, classic physique. You want to show that that symmetry, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I compare, you know, it's kind of like trading. Like you want to be perfect at it. You know, you want to have that perfect symmetry.
Like all the cuts and shit. Okay,
right. You know, that V shape. You know, big arms, big legs. And when it comes to like weight gaining, first of all, you want to gain weight in order to build muscle.
But it's like the right weight, huh?
But of course, the right way. You know, you have to eat the right amount of carbs, the right amount of protein. You know. Depending on your weight and height.
Yeah.
I just eat a lot and go to the gym and work out.
And that's what I thought the game was.
Yeah.
Discipline. Like it requires, I think it requires a lot of discipline.
A lot of discipline, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's something I want to get. My bad. Go ahead, Roger.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's, you know, that's something I'm about to get into heavy, bro. Just, you know, back on the whole gym shit, just because I really feel like health is wealth. You know what I mean? And I won't say I eat the healthiest foods all the time because shit. But nah, for sure, I need to definitely get on it, you know?
It is, bro. Like once you're done with the gym sesh, like you work your ass off, bro, and you go back to your house, you feel so clear-headed.
I feel you. Because you let all that energy off.
Yeah, all that anxiety, you just let it out. Just poof.
I'm with that. And Roger, your idea was right with gold, bro. That shit played out pretty perfectly. What was that, like 50 pips right there? 50 pip drop. For sure.
Yeah, you know, I was hoping it would like retest here and continue bullish.
Yeah.
But it came back down. This is Freaky Friday over here.
Bro, it's always Freaky Friday, man. You know, it's always Freaky Friday, you know. And really, to be honest, I used to try to trade every single day, bro. Like I don't know, that used to be my thing. And now, I don't know, like I'm able to sit on my hands really. And like this morning, like I said, I took one trade this morning. NASDAQ buy, nothing else. I'm not fucking with nothing else. Like it, because I feel like Forex and trading is not how much you make, it's how much you keep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. I also think like at the same time, all these platforms, bro, I've been a big believer of this. All these platforms are meant for you to fail, right? Like, yeah, man, trust me. Like you have MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, you have C-Trader. Man, you can risk your money within a fraction of a second. You know, it can also be from a thought. Like you look at the price, you're like, okay, it's coming down. It's got to go up. Let me take a buy right here real quick. You know,
I'm telling you.
And there you go. Your money's at risk. Right? Your money's at risk. Then you have news events, right? These platforms allow you to take trades on news when spreads are fucking high. Do. You know, and when spreads are high, and then you wonder, why is my drawdown $100 on a one lot? You know, because
you get a hit with the commission, which is $21 plus the spread. Like,
Yeah, plus the spread, right? So I mean, that's why like I tell guys, hey, like if you're going to use these platforms, you need to have some sort of control on yourself. Like if you're like once you move into the third and the fourth trade, then you're moving into that over trading category. And man, those guys, they're the 90% of the bunch who never win.
So I got a question. I got a question for you, and I feel like this is gonna help the audience and the viewers watching. How do you prevent over trading?
Just have something to do in your day. That's it. Just be busy.
Now I got a question. Does it always work? Yes or no? Like, do you ever get the itch or the urge to be like, oh, let me just check. Like does that ever happen, or are you able to be like, you know what? When I'm done, I'm done.
Now it doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay.
Like I'd say like. Up till like 5 months ago, it was still like I'd look at the Asian session, I'd try to take a trade, but now it's just straight New York. And I think
I understand.
I think the big part of that has been me starting a family too. Like I have a son, he's 2 years old. Yeah, so
you do have a son, okay?
Yeah, so in the evening time, my time is just controlled over there. So I can't even look at the charts. I can't even do anything else because now my life is set up in a way that I know from 6 in the morning till 9:30 in the morning, no one's going to bother me. Yeah,
I understand.
So you're right. Now it's like a job where I come in the morning, I make my money, and then I go about my day.
And what's dope about, like I said, what's dope about how you have everything set up is like you stream live every day, bro. And like I said, like, bro, to be honest, even though I feel like it's easy for us to kind of get on here and do because we're used to it, like it's really the hardest shit ever, especially with Forex. Like to get on here and you just calling shit out like, captain, like a captain on a ship, just shoot, pull. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like to be able to do that, bro, I feel like, really, really that it takes a strength and a talent. Just because, like I said, it's live. So it's like, you know the people who do this shit and who don't do this shit. This is that. So it fucked me up when talking shit, I called you out. I'm like, but the dude is live Monday through Friday, bro. Like if you weren't live, okay, we could argue with this shit. You might be able to go back and forth, but like all you have to do is really come check you out, bro. You know what I mean? And we check you out and we see you fucking live and shooting the ball, and then it's not about it. Forget about what you're saying. Let's look at what the community is saying. You know what I mean? So that's how you're able to judge, not necessarily judge a person, but that's how you're able to kind of judge, the surrounding of what's going on by just listening to the community. Nobody's complaining, bro.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like first that video came out, it was kind of like a stab in the back because we had her on the live stream. She came on. We listened to her rant about like Mars.
We treated her well. We treated
those
her
magic
super
glasses.
well.
Yeah.
You remember those magic glasses?
Yeah. We let her talk about whatever she wanted to talk about, and that was that. And then a month later, I see an expose. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like a back stuff.
Wolves in sheep clothing, man. It's ridiculous. And that's the thing. That's the thing. With the whole Forex community that I've kind of been. It's the reason I kind of went to my own and start doing my own thing. It was just the drama, bro. Like the thing is, we can get in, press the button, and make this money whether you know it or not. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't even matter, bro. So I feel like when you have people like us who are willing to share and willing to be like, hey, we'll fuck with the community, you kind of just got to take that and just be like, damn, they're actually fucking with the community. First off, people charge thousands, tens of thousands for the information that we're giving people. Second off, bro, to get somebody who actually does this shit to come on live and do it with you, like, bro, man, they better appreciate that shit,
That's a whole nother commitment right there.
Yeah. And then to do it every single day. Like, bro, at this point, it's not even about you. It's literally for the community. You know what I mean? So I rock with that, man. I think that's so dope,
Yeah, my whole